This was a little under 2 years ago. Back then, I lived in a small 2-story townhouse and worked remotely from home. The place had a small kitchen and living room on the first floor, and 2 bedrooms on the second floor. One of those rooms I used as my office. During this time, the unit connected to mine, that I shared a wall with, was vacant. Nobody lived there, or had moved in over 3 months. This night, I was working pretty late. It was rainy and cloudy outside, so I didn't have much else to do, and decided to use the extra time to get ahead on work stuff. I sat in the office, on my laptop for a good few hours. The house was quiet, as usual, with the soft sounds of the rain outside, ticking against the roof. I think it was just about 8 p.m. when, between the quiet clicking of my keyboard, I heard a thump on the wall next to me. I looked over, sort of confused, and heard it again. This was on the shared wall with the vacant unit, so naturally it was kind of odd. After a few seconds of thinking, I thought that it must have been the owner checking up on something, or maybe prepping the unit for a tour in the morning. Regardless, I continued working. Over the course of the next hour or so, I heard random sounds from the other units. Creaks, thumps, and various other similar sounds. Oddly, they were spread out. Like I'd hear one creak, then several minutes would pass before I'd hear anything else. But then at just about 9:30, I heard a door suddenly creak open, and then pushed closed. This was louder than all the other sounds that I'd been hearing throughout the night, which made me feel kind of uneasy. It had been months since I'd heard the sound of the other unit's door open and close, so I didn't actually know how loud or quiet it usually was. After a minute, I decided to take a break and leave the office, heading downstairs, just to make sure everything was good with the other unit. I looked out the window next to the front door, seeing if maybe the owner's car was out there, but I didn't see anything. Nothing parked on the driveway or on the road. Also, while down there, I didn't hear a single noise from the other unit. I figured whoever it was must have already left, and so hopefully all the strange noises were done for the night. After checking out the door, and double-checking it was locked, I went right back upstairs to my office. I wasn't sure how much longer I really wanted to work for. At this point, I was feeling pretty tired, and kind of just wanted to chill in bed for the rest of the night. But I told myself I'd do 30 more minutes. I closed the door to my office, sat down at my desk, and got as much done as I could. During that half hour, I never noticed any more of those sounds coming from the vacant units, just the calm rain still trickling down outside. Finally feeling good about the work I'd gotten done, and feeling my eyelids getting heavy, I shut off my laptop and headed out of the office, turning off the hallway lights and going into my bedroom. I started getting myself ready for bed when a sudden, eerie and ominous sound echoed through the walls of the house. Someone was whistling a slow, soft tune. I stood there silently listening for a few moments, I guess in shock of what I was hearing and how out of nowhere it came from. I quietly walked up to my bedroom door and cracked it open. As soon as I did, I could hear it much more clearly. It felt like it was too loud to be from the other unit or even outside. Feeling really unsettled, I started walking down the hallway. As the whistling persisted, filling the quiet halls of the house with the eerie tune, I made my way down the steps and moved toward the back of the house, where I could clearly hear the sound coming from. I peered around the corner into the living room. In the dark, unlit room, a man was sitting in the chair, facing the other way toward the black TV screen, continuing to whistle. As he stared into the pitch-black room and barely moved, I could only see the general outline of him. But his hand, that was on the armrest, looked like it had something in it. Like a small handgun. I knew he had to have known I was inside, and probably heard me sneaking downstairs. Yet, he never looked back / he just stared forward, whistling. It was incredibly disturbing. I didn't know whether to say something, or try to sneak away. Why was he even here? How did he even get in? What did he want? My heart was beating faster and faster. Before I made the sudden decision to run out of the house, I swung open the front door, still hearing the man continue whistling. As I ran away, I only looked back once, and didn't see him follow. But I did notice the door to the other unit was wide open. I got to the end of the road and called for help. When police got there, they could hear from outside that same eerie tune being whistled from inside. They approached carefully, going down to the living room, and finding the man in the exact same position. They said, he turned his head slightly to look at them, giving a short, crooked smile, then dropping his gun, and letting them arrest him. He basically spoke nothing of what he was doing, or had planned to do, or why he was there. Some of the officers I talked to thought he might have been trying to get arrested for some reason. But strangely, there's no information on the guy, no matching fingerprints, or identification of any kind. And without him being cooperative, they had no way to find out who he really was, or if he had any kind of mental illness that could be behind all of it. I don't know what other ways that night could have gone down, but even thinking about other possibilities makes me uneasy. Every once in a while though, I still hear that same eerie tune being whistled in the middle of my dreams, making me wake up in a panic, thinking he could be back.